Oh my goodness, coffee's good, coffee's love, coffee's life. Okay, welcome everyone, Albert here, and today what I would like to offer you is a hopefully final comparison of renting services for bikes in Hong Kong. Now the thing is that these services started, as in the previous video, in October, November 2017, and in about like 5 months in Hong Kong they appear like probably, I don't know, 6 of them. So basically what I would like to comment a little bit, and you know, I would like to do it as straightforward as possible, is to state the things that I wrote here. So deposit, how the app functions, amount that you can top up your balance with, the bike, which basically means the amount of bikes that you can find out there and how they work, and of course the price per ride. So basically these traits, I'm gonna grab them, I'm gonna compare them for each of the services that you actually have now in Hong Kong. Okay, so yeah, without further hesitation, let's start. The first one was Gobee. Gobee was a company that, yeah, as I said, started in October 2017. Was the first one that came in Hong Kong. And you basically have to pay a really high deposit for this one. It's the highest, all of them. So yeah, it's about like 500. I wrote here 500 Hong Kong dollars. So it's, yeah, as I said, the highest. And yeah, how does the app work? The app works pretty smooth. So actually, you don't have any problems. I didn't have any problems so far. And yeah, the amount that you have that you can top up your balance with is the highest of all of them. I think 50 Hong Kong dollars minimum amount. And they don't give you money for free, which is a bad thing. And yeah, the number of bikes that you can find in Hong Kong is quite high, so it doesn't matter where you live. Actually, you know, they're like, it depends on the districts, but normally Gobees, you can find them absolutely everywhere. So it's kind of a good thing, right? Yeah, nothing special about this one. And lastly, the price per ride is actually the highest as well. So it's 5 Hong Kong dollar per half an hour. And yeah, there's nothing else special about this one. The thing that you have to consider is that if you value more your time than your money, basically, or you are rich, you don't have problems like financial problems or whatever, you go for this one. So basically you will find bikes everywhere. You don't have any major problems with the app when it comes to like use and make this app and service up and running. And yeah, you can just, you know, bet for this one. Okay, next one, Loco. Loco was the second company that came to Hong Kong, and you basically, yeah, the two differential traits that you can find, you know, compared to Gobee, is that the first one is the deposit is really low, so it's about 99 Hong Kong dollars, which is pretty cheap, and yeah, the app works pretty well. By the way, Gobee and Loco both are in English, so you don't have any trouble if you don't understand Chinese. Nothing special about this one. When you top up, as I said, like I think I said, like it's 40 Hong Kong dollars. So it's a little bit less than Gobee, but sometimes they give you money for free. So basically, you know, if you top up a little bit more than 40, or I think 60, 80 or whatever, then they give you some dollars for free, which is actually quite good. Nothing special about this one. The bad thing about this company, this app, is that the number of bikes that you can find is pretty low. So yeah, basically, if you are lucky, you can find one of those. And actually, they're a little bit more robust than Gobee. Gobee, actually, you know, you can actually pedal really easily with these ones. But with Loco, the whole bike is a little bit more robust, and it takes a little bit like longer to adjust a little bit. You know, you need a little bit of you know, more strength to pedal those bikes. But on the other hand, you can actually go a little bit faster, which is good as well. The price per ride, as I said here, the price per ride is really low, so it's like 3 Hong Kong dollars. I don't know if it's 50 minutes or half an hour. I know that for Gobee is 5 Hong Kong dollars per half an hour, no matter what. But some of the companies offer a little bit less if you ride the length of like 15 minutes or so. So what I would like to say is that with Loco, it's cheaper if you would like to ride for only 15 minutes, which is my case. I based all these graphs in like 8-9 minutes ride. For Loco, I think there's nothing else. So yeah, let's go for the third one. The third one, it's called Hobabike. The deposit you have to pay for Hobabike is 300 Hong Kong dollars, which is a little bit higher than, it's a little bit in between Gobee and Loco. Top up amount, the minimum amount is 30 Hong Kong dollars, which is also a little bit in between, so it's not 40, not 50, 30. Yeah, I didn't say that, but the app functions pretty well, although it's in Chinese, so you have to consider that. Mostly all of the features are in Chinese, mostly all of them. So, but I could make it work, and my Chinese is not that good. It's pretty basic, I think. But in any case, you can make the app work without any problem. Okay. They do give you some money, I think. Yeah, they do give you some money for free if you top up more than 30 Hong Kong dollars. And I think there's nothing else to comment about this one. Oh, by the way, the bikes. More or less the same number of bikes that you can find with Loco, so not that many. But the good thing about these bikes is that these bikes, to my view, are the best ones. Why? Because they are not hard to pedal, they are not easy to pedal, but they have gears. Thank God. So actually, you can adjust the speed and everything. They have 3 gears, and it's really easy to use. Gears on the right, the bell thingy, the ring bell on the left. So actually, it's pretty nice. They are robust, but that doesn't mean that it's hard to pedal like Loco, So it's actually quite good. I think for me, to my view, and I'm probably going to say it later again, but for me, this company is actually the best one. I think nothing else to comment about this one. So let's go for the price per ride. The price per ride for this one is quite low, so it's the same as Loco. So it's like 2-3 Hong Kong dollars per, I don't know, again 15 minutes, I would say. But in any case, it's cheaper than Gobee for sure. Next one, Ofo. Ofo, I think, is an English company. So the thing is that the deposit you have to pay for Ofo is 90 Hong Kong dollars. So a little bit of a recap. For Gobee you have 500, for Loco you have $99, for Hobabike you have 300, and for this one you have 90 Hong Kong dollars, which is the cheapest one so far. Okay, next, app functioning. It works pretty nice, so I didn't have any trouble, and I think that this one is also in English. So actually, most of the features are in English, so it's a little bit easier and really app friendly. I think the app is quite friendly for this company. Okay, next thing, the amount that you can top up your balance with is 15 Hong Kong dollars. It's super low, like really low. It's the lowest so far. I think it's the lowest one. But you actually don't get any money for free, so that's a bad thing. But you can actually top up 15 Hong Kong dollars if you are like in a rush or whatever. You don't have enough money or whatever it's happening. But in any case, you don't have any money for free. And one of the things which is a little bit weird, only happening with another app that I'm going to present in a moment, is that you have to use Bluetooth to actually activate, so unlock the lock. You actually need Bluetooth for that, which it's a little bit, I don't know, weird, because none of Gobee, Loco and Hobabike, you don't need that, but whatever. Their rule. So Ofo, if you want to use that, you need to use Bluetooth. Okay, the 2 companies that I'm gonna present, the 2 last companies I'm gonna present, I haven't used them personally, but I know some figures and some facts, so I'm gonna introduce them to you. But the thing is that the number of bikes that they dropped in Hong Kong is so low that I couldn't actually find any in my own district, so that's why I could not ride them yet. Okay, but I can actually tell you things about the deposit you have to pay and how do they work a little bit, and based on the information that I've been looking at, basically. So this one is called Hobabike. I think that Hobabike is also I don't remember, it's like an English company, or like it's not Hong Kong-based company. And Ofo Hobabike, I think that they are not. One of them is for sure not Hong Kong-based or Chinese-based or Beijing-based or whatever. It's come from abroad, basically. So the thing is that here with Hobabike, I could actually register and I could actually top up the balance for the first time. So based on that, I can tell you that the deposit you have to pay is 350 Hong Kong dollars, and the minimum top up amount that you can have with this Hobabike service is 20 Hong Kong dollars. So it's actually like a little bit more than the last one, which was Ofo, but whatever. And they don't give you money for free, so that's kind of a bad thing. For the functioning, when I just try to unlock a bike, just functioning on the screen of my phone. They actually asked me to use Bluetooth, so Ofo and Obike are the only ones that actually make use of Bluetooth to unlock bikes. And yeah, the app works perfectly in English. So yeah, basically what I found on the main webpage is that you can have a ride for like 15 minutes, but you have to pay $3 Hong Kong. So that's the only app that I know for sure that you have to pay $3 Hong Kong per 50 minutes. So if you take one of those bikes, one of their bikes, for half an hour, you will pay $6, which is higher than the first one, which is Gobee. And yeah, the last one, it's this one, which is called Ketch'up, whatever. Well, that one. Okay. So the thing is that this one I could only try to pay the deposit, and I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. The thing is that when I tried to pay the deposit, they actually told me to download another app which was called TNG, the next generation, which was a financial banking app, which probably is normal here in Hong Kong, but I really do not like this kind of like dynamic. Okay, so basically it reminds me when on the 90s you had to download software, a particular software to do something, and then that software was telling you, okay, you have to download this other software in order to make the first software work. And it's like, what? Please wait a minute. I mean, I'm not gonna go through this. Okay, so the thing is that the Ketch'up app, it's a little bit weird, but the deposit is 100 Hong Kong dollars, but when you try to pay it, you have to download another app in order to top up the balance of the Ketch'up service. So it's kind of like, I don't know, no, full stop, that's it. Okay. Also, by the things that I checked on their webpage is that you can actually rent a bike for a whole year or 2 years and actually sublet the bike to another person, and then you get half of the money that person is paying for the ride. So it's a little bit complicated, and I did not go further with this one, but you know, as I said, the number of bikes is like even less than local, and I just didn't bother to actually, you know, like check a little bit how it works. If I have updates both for Hobabike or Ketch'up or whatever the name of the app is, then I'm gonna post it or something. But still, you know, Ketch'up is a little bit like I don't know, dodgy, I would say. So yeah, that's why I didn't try and didn't go further. So yeah, I hope you could find this video useful. And yeah, by the way, if you were asking where to the skeleton from, and the select player thing is based on I think 80s game called Golden Axe, and it was one of the first games I played for Mega Drive. I think it was Mega Drive or Master System, and it was really good. Like at the time, was like a role-playing game with, I don't know, a dwarf and an Amazon and a warrior or something like that. And they were like, you know, it's like a beat 'em up type of game, but it was really good. It was really good. So yeah, I hope you guys could enjoy this video, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.